This is problem 7-62 from section 7.1.4. Sheena was riding the screamer when it broke down. Her seat was 53 horizontal feet from the central support pole. What was her seat's angle of rotation, and how can you tell? So we're going to start by drawing in. Again, we start from the center. This line is, we'll always draw that in when we're talking about our circles. So she was 53 horizontal feet from the center. So we could draw this as this part is 53 feet. Okay, so here's our angle. We need to figure out what is that angle. Call that theta. So now it's 53 feet. Now, we have been, when we type these into the calculator, or when we type in cosine of something into the calculator, sine of something into the calculator, we get a decimal out because it's talking about in, remember we used the little plastic rulers to measure the height of the screamer? Those were not in 50s and 60s, they were smaller than ones. So we want to change this number to be 0.53, okay? Since we're talking about not in real life, we want to kind of convert from real life numbers into what I can type into my calculator. So to find the horizontal feet, we know that that is going to be cosine of theta. So cosine of theta, whatever this angle is, it gives me 0.53 if I were to type that into my calculator. So we're going to do kind of the opposite of this, or the inverse of this. Cosine inverse of 0.53 will give me my angle. So I'm going to bring up my calculator here and type inverse. Now make sure, let me just double check that we are in degrees. Yes. So we're going to type second and cosine. So that'll give you inverse cosine of 0.53. And that will give us our angle. So 57.99, so about 58 degrees is going to be our angle. Now, this is saying that is one option, 58 degrees, if she is in, if she just got onto the ride. But what if she was 53 feet to the left? Or what if she was underground and it was 53 to the left? It doesn't really specify. So what we're going to do is use our reference angles to kind of figure out some other angles that Sheena could be at. So 58 degrees is one of ours. So what we're going to do is we're going to take 180 minus 58. So this is assuming what if she was in the second quadrant. Okay? So 180 minus 58 is going to give me 122 degrees. Now, what if she's in the third quadrant, which she would be underground? So I'm going to go all the way around to 180. This is assuming she went all the way around here, and then went 58 degrees farther. So I'm going to add 58. That's going to give me 238 degrees. So those three are our options so far. And one last one, we're assuming what if she went into the fourth quadrant? So she's about to get off the ride, but it broke down. So 360 is if she went all the way around, minus that 58 degrees would be 302. So all of those measurements, all of these are possible answers for having a horizontal distance of 53 feet. It doesn't specify which direction, it doesn't specify if it's underground or above the ground, so all four of those answers could be reasonable for Sheena's angle of rotation.